Alright guys, today we're closing June, opening July, starting our new numbers, checking on our balances. So let's get started. So we're in a new area, can't find my lamp, my light. And today we're starting July. So the first thing you want to do is to set up your July. So let's see what we got. So you want to set up your pages. Obviously, we got to do the calendar, set up these, set up your cashless sinking fund. So we're going to do that first. All right, guys. So I set up my dates. I put in my debt tracker. I put in all of my monthly dates, my categories, and my cashless sinking funds categories. And now you're supposed to come here and put all your bills. So all of your bills have to be transferred here. All right, so the first thing I did is I set up my month with all the bills that we have coming out. Few things that I noticed is that my progressive went up, which is the car insurance payment, the number one. This is the reason why we're leaving Connecticut. So not sure why it went up because I've never been in an accident, never did any claims in my life. Lexton doesn't drive. Clearly, Bella's getting her permit, but nothing is permanent yet. She doesn't have her driver's license, so I'm not sure why I'm paying 209. That's ridiculous. But that being said, hopefully we'll get everything managed. We end up changing our stuff and it'll get lowered for maybe August. But going forward, all of my payments are 209 and some change, which is kind of sad. I went in and put in when we get paid, right? So we can know our payments. When our income comes in. And I also went in and put in when to do our debt tracking balances, which is right here. Put that in red because I'm not able to do that right now. Now, once this is ready and I went in, now I'm going to go to June and finish up June. So in June, right, we need to do our first tracker, which is our category balance tracker. So this, usually you have your categories, and those are the ones that you use on the categories here. And you're going to go in and tally all of your income. So you go in and wherever it says income, that's where you're going to go tally, right? So we're going to tally all of the income that came in. The only one I don't care for is Bella's when she was working, but clearly she's no longer working. So let's see what else. See, so like the transfer from the saving, that doesn't count. I just want regular income. I don't want something that is not a permanent situation. Then 1583.80. Now this total for my income is gonna go clearly here for the new month. So this is the month of June, and my total income is 8556.97. Now I'm gonna add that to the prior month, which is the total going from the beginning of the year, and equals 61,398.51. So clearly right now, the end of June, starting July, we're in the middle of the year. So far we made $61,000 in income. So now you're gonna do the same thing going down to the remainder of your categories. So we'll be back. Alright guys, so I did the categories. This was what I had the prior month. This is my new month, and then this is the new total. So I want you to see that the top of the new month, you can actually tell whether or not you make enough income to pay off your expenses. So we have 85 for this month, 97 minus what we pay in bills is 1190.42. And then what we pay in debt is 5714.74 right now. So we have obviously a positive amount, which is 1651.81. If you do this calculation by itself, you can tell whether or not your income is more than your expenses. That was just a little quick, so you know. This total now is going to go into your July. Oh, I forgot to. The next thing I've been doing is this, where I take the whole entire month of July just so I can know where July is, and using the same color that I used for the month, which I decided to use blue, and I just get to do sort of like this thing right here, just enough just so I can know this is July. That's all. So that number goes over here to your categories. So it's gonna go into your category balance tracker to your prior month. So these total here goes here. So my income was 61,398.51. My bills were 68,48.55, and I'm talking about the whole total balance. The debt was 32,261.63. 600 for donations. Home expense for Tennessee 39,361.15. Savings, what we have transferred 19,850, and then 30 in bank fees so far for the year. So this is just the total for you to know how much you have spent for the year. So come December, you'll have your exact total for the whole entire year of what you have spent, or how much you have in income, how much you spent in bills, how much you spent in debt, how much you have donated. We wanted to keep track of the home in Tennessee because clearly we've been spending on that to complete it. How much you have transferred in savings versus how much you have transferred out, that kind of thing you can also do. So now the next thing over is our balances. So this balance So let me highlight my cash, my income for that one. So now on the main account, which is here, this balance, 87.23.26, is the beginning balance for your July. Let's see. So here, it's 87.23.26. 87.23.26. Now that's my beginning balance of clearly my main account. Now what I'm gonna do is all of these bills here is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take out from the register on the account to see how much money we have left. So now we have VEC. So I put always just July 1st. There's no point of putting any dates because they just come out automatically in order the way they're coming out here. So that's the purpose of that. So we got VEC, and this is a bill, and this is $26. Then I have loaves next. That's supposed to come out, and this is a debt because it's a credit card, clearly. All right, 150. And then you're going to continue that as you go. So VEC, Lowe's, my next one is my life insurance. And that's a bill. So $72.89. And then you're going to continue that all the way down. Alright guys, so once I take my balance and I reduce all of my bills and debts, and I went in and I put which ones were bills, which ones were debt, the donations, my ending balance is 2,666,664. I don't like that number, but you know, I guess that's what I got. So then after this, obviously we have still the T-Mobile, and we still have our solar that we don't know how much it is. So usually I reduce this by 500. And then the remaining balance is actually for our savings, right? So I have 2166.64 for savings. So what I'm gonna do is transfer the amount to the, not transfer the amount to the savings. Well, usually I discuss it with Campbell, but he's not here. So after reducing the 500, of course the phone would ring. Alright, so after that, we transferred 2,000 to the savings, and now we only have left the 666.64 remaining for whatever we have left. Can I keep these? No, I still use them. And then we did have actually a few things that happened, because obviously today is July 2nd. So as of today, this cleared, Lowe's cleared, and the Best Buy cleared. And then I had some deposit that came in. Income 154. And I had income 2332. So now with the 6664, the 154, and the 2332, we have 843.96 to play with on our main account management. Now I'm going to do the same thing to our sinking funds, because now we're done with bringing our transfer over, our budget tracker when our money comes in, the debt tracker, we're done with that. We don't do the balances to the 16th. Then we're done with taking out all of our bills for them to be paid, and we're left with 43 remaining as of today. The category, we're done with this until the end of July. But this tells me that middle of the year, I made 61. Bills, I paid almost 7,000. Debt, we paid over 32. So now here is the sinking funds. And now we have to get the balance of the sinking funds, which is 51.25.48. So 51.25.48 is my beginning balance. And let's see. 51.25.48. Yep. That's it. All right. So now here, we're going to go to this. This is actually my favorite. So you're going to bring down the balance, 4, 14, 41 to each one. You bring down your balance. This one is down here, so 977.08, 600. Because now we're going to fund our envelopes. Funding our envelopes. 181, 74.68. Now here is how much I fund each envelope. So groceries is $4.55. We fund taxes $180. Membership is $60. JJ, can you go over there? Cart is $4.70. I need you to go over there because I'm doing the video and I can hear you. Christmas is $170. Clothes is $130. I need you to go that way. Home is $335. I killed the spider. You're fine. Medical is $260. And other is $100. So once you bring down your balances and then you know how much you're going to fund each envelope, now we're going to add our funds for July. So you got my grocery is $14.40 plus the $4.55. I have $869.40. Then taxes is $814. You're going to add the $180 or whatever you're putting on your envelope. I have $980.14. My membership, I have $50.51 to start with. I'm adding $60, so now I have $110.51. Car was $977.08 plus the $470. Now I have $1,447.08 for car. $650 plus the $170. I get $770.50. $141.01 plus the $130. I got $271.01. Home was negative $71.04 plus the $335. Now I have $263.96. The medical was also negative $21.81 plus the $260. Now I have $238.19. Other was $74.68 plus the $100. Now I have $174.68. Now these are me funding my envelopes for July. Now I'm going to go to July and bring over all those balances to my envelopes. So now we have groceries is $869.40 for groceries. Taxes, I have $980.14. Membership, I have $110.51. Car, I have $1447.08. Christmas, I have $770.50. And clothes, I have $271.01. Home, I have $263.96. Medical, we have $238.19. And other, we have $174.68. Alright? And then here, for this one, now we're going to see how much we spent for each category. So your sinking fund balance tracker, we need to see how much we spent for each category. So this is pretty easy. You take the bottom number, $869.40, minus the top number, and that tells you how much, no, sorry, this top number. So $869.40 minus the $726.76, which is your beginning balance when you first started. So you take the total minus the beginning balance to know how much you spent in groceries. So I currently spent $142.64. Then we're going to add that to the prior month, and that's going to give you your new total for July. So this is just bringing your totals by monthly, how much you spent, and give you a total for the end of the year, basically. And then we're just going to continue that down. Ending balance, the $414.40 minus your $726. So $414.40 minus the $726.76. That's what gives you how much you spent. I spent $312.36. So that's more like it. Then you add that to the balance. $1944.79 minus plus the $312.36. Maybe I should take a break. 225715 is my total. So the taxes is the same thing. This is where I noticed it was wrong. 800 minus the 1210.14 gives me 410.14 that I spent. Because I want to say 800. If you do 980.14 minus the 1210.14, it tells you 230. And I'm like, but I spent 400 in taxes. And that's where I was like, wait a second, it's wrong. So 814. So if you do the 1210.14 minus the 814 gives you 410. So you see 410. Then you add the 375. Now I have 785 total. Okay, now let's do the same thing for the membership. So if I take 93.27 minus the 50.51, which it was my ending balance, I get 42.76. Then you add that to the 554.42. I got 597.18. And now we're going to continue down. Alright, so I sort of messed up, sorry. And then I just realized that I looked at the grocery and I said, wow, that's kind of low for me spending just that little bit. And when I looked at the bucket, it looked a little weird. So I gave you the wrong. I'm sorry, not enough coffee in my system. So when I looked at it, I said, but wait a second, they look like a good 300. So it's not the bottom number. I'm sorry. It's your ending balance, the 414.40 minus your 726. So 414.40 minus the 726.76. That's what gives you how much you spent. I spent $312.36. So that's more like it. Then you add that to the balance. $1944.79 minus plus the $312.36. Maybe I should take a break. 225715 is my total. So the taxes is the same thing. This is where I noticed it was wrong. 800 minus the 1210.14 gives me 410.14 that I spent. Because I want to say 800. If you do 980.14 minus the 12, 10, 14, it tells you 230. And I'm like, but I spent 400 in taxes. And that's where I was like, wait a second, it's wrong. So 814. So if you do the 12, 10, 14 minus the 814 gives you 410. So you see 410. Then you add the 375. Now I have 785 total. Alright, now let's do the same thing for the membership. So if I take 93.27 minus the 50.51, which it was my ending balance, I get 42.76. Then you add that to the 554.42. I got 597.18. And now we're going to continue down. Alright guys, so once you have your balance, you're going to bring it over to July. And then you're going to put it here as your prior month. So you have your totals here, and you're going to put your total here. 2, 2, 5, 7, 15, 785, 597, 18, 15, 3905, 336, 98, 7, 5604, 23, 77, 20, 13, 77, 61, 668, 62. And then the rest stays there until the end of July. And that's it. So that's it for your setup of July. Now we have all of our numbers ready. Starting for July. Bam, 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 bam. And that's it. And we close June. So thank you for watching. God bless. Don't forget to subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Bye-bye.